Hello and welcome back if you're new. Today I thought I'd share my first impressions of the Kokuyo Jibun Techo. This is the A5 Slim version. I decided to try it out as one of my 2024 planners, and since this one starts, let's see, 30th of October, I've had a couple weeks to already test it. So, this is a A5 Slim. I got it from JetBlends for $40 plus tax. The whole notebook is in Japanese. So I've gone through, and you can see there, gone through and written down what the sections are supposed to mean and like translated the whole thing. You can find the translations either on Kokuyo's own website, or I believe JetPens had one for last year's, but they're so similar that I think I used that one because it was clearer. Um, the notebook comes with this cover already on, and then if you can see, I'm not going to take this off, but the yellow cover is actually just a piece of paper. And then the notebook itself is exactly like the other, kind of like what are they? The MD notebooks or whatever, the little ones. I don't remember what brand those ones are, but they're very similar. They're like a cream color on the outside with like this glued down back spine. A lot of these front pages I don't really use yet. I'm planning on finding a use for them towards the new year. Here they have like a test or ideal week page and stuff like that. I'm not going to show you the back because the back has a lot of sensitive personal information, addresses and stuff. But going right into it, after the first like few pages, you get this like monthly. I use it for tracking. I'm not quite sure what it's meant for, but every month starting from November has one. I figured it's a really easy way to track without having to draw any trackers. And then you go right into the regular monthlies, which is this one. Since next year I will be doing a whole lot of planners, and some of my planner plans have already changed. I decided I would leave this really plain. This notebook also comes with two bookmarks, a red one and a black one. I tied the end of mine a little bit because these bookmarks always fray because they're not like um, scorched at the ends. So I decided to just tie it to stop it fraying for too far. So this is technically supposed to be a planner system. I don't have the whole system. I only have the diary part of this. So this is the Techo diary. There is also a life book and an idea book. And I believe it's the notebook uses the same paper as the other like Kokuyo notebooks and binders and stuff. I'm not quite sure on that, but it feels very similar because I do own a bunch of those spiral notebooks. It does feel very similar, which also means that pens dry really slowly on this. So beware. It is fountain pen friendly in the sense of that the fountain pen ink wouldn't like feather, I guess, on this type of paper because it's so smooth, but it will take a long time to dry, more than likely. I haven't tested it on this paper specifically, but the other Kokuyo papers I have, and it does take a long time to dry a lot of the times. So instead, I've been using this Acroball 0.5 from Pilot. Next year, for next year, I'm planning on keeping one pen to one planner to try and go through my stash of pens that way. So, the weekly pages. This was my first weekly. I did not know what I was doing. So the weeks, the way they look is you have uh, uh, midnight through 6 a.m. bunched together. Then you have 6 a.m. all the way to, actually, yeah, 6 a.m. all the way to midnight, uh, two spaces apart. So the hours they perceive people to sleep are bunched together, which actually works for me because since I work night shift, it doesn't waste a bunch of space to be like, yeah, I work these hours. So this was my first week. I'm not a big weather tracker, and this top weather tracking, I tried to keep up with it, but honestly, I totally forget about it a lot of the times. But I'll go back and check if I can and work backwards sometimes. And then down here, I guess you're supposed to track your mood with these little boxes over here. I use it instead to mark down good things, bad things, and just things that happen in the day. Like if something bad happens, I'll write down that next to the frowny face, or if something I just want to remember but I don't feel any way about it, I'll write it next to the middle one, and then if something great happens, I'll write it next to the smiley face. And then on the bottom, there's these rising sun, sun up, and star. I think, from what I remember reading in the translation, they're meant to mark down your meals and who you ate them with, just to like memory plan in a way, I guess. Like I could write, oh, I ate breakfast with my husband or something like that. I don't use those because number one, I am on a night schedule, so I'm sleeping during the day, and I don't eat meals like this. Like I'll eat lunch sometimes and I'll eat dinner most days, but like I don't I can't justify like writing that all in. Um and then let me take this out. In here I have my I bought this pencil board just to not write through the pages because I do like weathered pages, but I didn't want them to be all crinkly and weird and have those like divots in them. This was my second week. Here I hit more of a stride. I found out that the I believe either these are the standard size or they're for the Hobonichi cousin. They fit almost perfectly. They're ever so slightly too big, but if you position them nicely, you can't really tell. And I played more with the stickers and all that, and it turned out really nice. As you see, I like missed a bunch of the weather and all that, but it held up really well to these highlighters. These are maybe they're a Tombow marker. I don't remember what they were. But they don't bleed through. Same with the yellow one here. This week that we're currently in, I didn't use that, but you can see there's green over here, but there's no green over here. So it didn't bleed through. This paper is incredibly bleed resistant from what I can tell. I mean, obviously I haven't gone on here with the juiciest pen I own, but it turned out well. The only thing that I kind of wish there wasn't is either they could have this space up here be wider or this space be wider. I wish they didn't have both spaces because I tend to not use this bottom space. But this top space I use for like daily events that aren't timed, but I need to remember like bills due, paydays, stuff like that. I just wish either this didn't exist or this didn't exist because I feel like to me personally it's a little redundant, and like I'm sure over time I'll find use for this. Like I was supposed to film this video last week, but I couldn't get to it at the time because my cat got really sick towards the end of this week, so I couldn't do any of that. But yeah, and my biggest gripe, to be quite honest, with this whole notebook, I love it so far. It's exactly what I hoped it was, but I wish they made an English version or a version where they just don't really like have all these extra pages. Not these ones, but like these ones where it's like the titles in English and then the rest of it's in Japanese. I wish they either left these all blank so you could figure out what you want to do with them on your own, or given you like notes pages like any other planner would do. Like I have a Hobonichi cousin or Hobonichi weeks over here for next year, and like there any pages you don't use tend to be notes pages. Like there are some extras back in the back, but like there's some useful abbreviations. You go into the notes pages and then have a couple like extra pages back in the back of like stuff they wanted to add. Because what am I going to do with, let's see where it is. Oh, there it is. Train routes. I'm not going to Japan that I know of. Which I'm sure if you locally live there, this is great. And obviously it's made with the Japanese market like thought of, I guess, but I don't know. It's just I wish these were like extra printables that you could add in or something, because if they're gonna sell it outside of the Japanese market, I don't know how much sense this makes necessarily. Like, yeah, they look really cool, but and like I like them, but I don't think I can use them for anything. Like this is a really common spread to have in a lot of planners, but just having very specific train routes and stuff, a little strange. But this notebook goes through October 30th all the way to January 12th is the last day. It ends here. And then all the pages here are the exact same. Nothing really changes about them except for the top colors. The top colors, I believe, match to the little tab colors on the edges here. And yeah, so this week really went fine. And then this week I started playing with stickers. The Happy Planner, what are they? The mini stickers for the mini Happy Planners fit really well in here. And I added some other stickers I had left over from other things and washi and stuff. And I've really been loving it, to be honest. I also wish perhaps that the weekends weren't two different colors, just because I feel like right now my weekends are on everybody's regular weekends, but normally my weekends land somewhere in the middle of the week, and I feel like this is just kind of distracting in a way. And if you try to highlight over it, it changes the color a little bit, like these ones. This color is supposed to be the same as that color, but it kind of looks different on the paper just because the background's colored. But that's also, I feel like, pretty standard. I mean, you can't expect them to like be perfect, or like they're definitely probably trying to hit more of like the 9 to 5 people and the school people that are off on the weekends normally. this paper actually takes washi really well, and I haven't had a problem like pulling washi back up and it ripping because every time I try to take washi tape out of a Hobonichi product, the pages rip somehow. Uh, Either the top layer comes off or the page itself rips slightly. So I'm very happy about that. There's not much else to really say about it. They really show you the moon phases as well. I wish when the full moon was, they didn't make it double the size of the other ones because it just kind of makes the spacing a little awkward for me. I mean, I'm sure if you're really into following the moon phases, it wouldn't bother you any. And I also wish that they didn't do this on the sides. So you're meant to put like to-do lists and stuff on the side here, and they've put a checkbox every other square. It's pretty rare for me to write big enough to warrant a second square. I've had to do it just to make it look less awkward, but this is how I normally write, and it just kind of spaces them out, and I feel like it doesn't look as neat that way because I prefer writing kind of right up and next to each other because it makes it look more neat. Um, like yes, there's times where it like warrants extra space, but I wish I could make that decision for myself rather than have the planner having had made it for me already. And the grid kind of goes up onto the edge of the paper, but if you want to center everything, you kind of have to ignore the whole edge. So I wish they maybe didn't go up that way with the grid because the all of this stuff aligns. So I just kind of don't understand why they printed the grid all the way up there, but I mean, it makes it look neat, I guess. But yeah, those are all my thoughts. Will I get it next year, 2025? Probably. I this was exactly what I was looking for because I love the Hobonichi Cousin weekly pages, and I do not write enough anymore to warrant the daily pages in the Cousin. And so I think this fills its purpose the way I want it to because I like seeing my weeks. Like, yes, I'm going to have a whole lot of planners happening next year, but this is a really great way to keep on track with weekly things and pre-planning a lot because even though a lot of my planners are dated, such as the Hobonichi weeks, I tend to not plan the week till I'm planning the whole week. So it would make my planner system easier to follow if I have something like this where I can go ahead and work a week ahead. I mean, we're currently on Thursday here, 16th, and I already have some of the next week planned out and the dates put in and so on and so forth, and I could go way up ahead, either writing straight on the pages or put sticky notes in it. And it would make it easier to keep track of everything. But yeah, here's the. I wonder, do they do this every Monday? No, they don't. Yeah, every time you either hit a full or a half moon cycle, they make it double wide. It just happened that it's 2 weeks in a row, but the week before it doesn't have it, which makes it extra strange. I just wish it was uniform. But that's just kind of my like ape brain being liking patterns. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Um, Obviously, I'll use it for the rest of the year, hopefully, and see how I like it even more. And I'll surely let you know what other thoughts I have later on if anything changes or if I start appreciating it differently or using it differently. I'll be sure to let you know. Thank you. Bye.